for seniors. It's Chuck and Marlena again, and we have a few tips and ideas for you prior to your arrival in Paris. And one of them is safety. Our typical trip will involve us arriving around noon, and we'll have a lunch, and then we will go to our apartment or to our hotel and take a nap until about sunset, trying to adjust to the change in the time. And so the very first thing that we do when we leave our apartment is that we go to the Vedettes de Pont-Neuf as the sun is setting, and we take the 1 hour cruise on the Seine with the lights on the roof. It costs 14 euros.
And all the bridges are lit.
All the bridges are lit. It's just magnificent. And whatever language you speak, they take note, and so they narrate
In that language.
in your language. So if there are people from Asia or Spain or Mexico, the narration is done in all the languages of the people. Well, the fact that we're walking through crowds, lots of people have had difficulty with pickpockets and kind of scams and
Cameras
things like
being
that.
taken.
Yeah, one of my friends lost $10,000 in camera equipment the very first day he arrived in Europe. And so it was very sad, but he took his eyes off his stuff. So we invested in a couple of crossbody what do you call this, a purse? Or?
Well, they're bags, carry bags.
Yeah.
You know.
And this one happens to be made by Travelon. And since the only way to get money in Paris is to have a Visa card or MasterCard that has a chip in it. In America, we have not put chips in the cards yet because apparently it requires the changing of all the machines at all of the
ATMs.
all the ATMs. And so we found that Hyatt has a card through Chase Bank, yeah. And so we have a Chase Visa that has a chip, but the danger of that is that there's a machine that's about the size of a cell phone that can be carried by a bad guy or bad girl, and as they walk by, they get all the information from your chip because it's called the RFID. It radiates a signal. So this guy, the Travelon safety purse, has liners in it that prevent the, here's an example. All of these have some type of metal fabric in here so that you can have 5 or 6 different cards as well as your passport. The passports now have chips. So if they read your passport, they're going to be able to duplicate your passport. So Marlena keeps her camera in the back, and she keeps her purse and passport and her chip card inside. She also keeps her around the neck carrier in there.
Passport goes in here. And
So here's her passport.
this show this is the RFID protection identity block.
Oh, well, let's take a look at that.
So this, you can buy these, and this also has a lining in it, and there's the chip.
Can I just...
Sure.
Okay.
So now all we do is we go, this happens to be a Visa, we go into, we go to an ATM, there's one over here on Mange, pop it in, ask for English, and get 100 or 2 of euros, and it's very secure and safe, and boom, it takes 30 seconds to do the transaction, and off we go. Here's an example of how we might load this bag. We're going to put the precious stuff here. We're going to zip zip it shut, and then we're going to secure it so the pickpocket will have a real difficult time breaking into this
Unhooking.
bag. Okay? It's not real easy to undo this, even for us, but nobody's going to get what our valuables are in there. Okay? So here's the way that works. Okay? So this one is secure. This one is now secure. This one is secure. And
There's metal in the handle.
there's
but
metal in this strap that cannot be cut with a pair of shears.
Scissors or
Or a
razor
razor- a
blade
razor
or a
blade.
box
That-
cutter or
right.
anything.
And so, when you get to a restaurant, because that's where you're going to lose your purse, when you get to a restaurant, you take this off,
Wrap it through something.
put it through the leg of your seat, put it back on. Now, nobody's going to go away with that.
Especially if you're in
Now,
the seat. They
you know-
gotta drink you in the seat.
The thing is, it looks like a lot of trouble. Marlene's sister lost a camera that was worth $200 or $300, but it had
The memories.
2 weeks
Of
of
memories.
of photographs on the memory card that was in that camera. That's what they lost. They couldn't replace those photographs. So, yeah, it takes a little bit of time to do this, but it's going to prevent someone from coming along. And let me talk a little bit about who does it. The people that do this don't do this by accident. They are trained people who learn certain skills. Some are pickpockets. Others are able to engage you. For instance, in Paris right now, 3 girls came up to us at Notre Dame day before yesterday and immediately engaged us in completing a survey.
On a clipboard.
Please complete the survey.
On a
Well,
clipboard.
we already knew that what this was to do was to take our attention off of our belongings so that other people who are working with them are the ones who do the pickpocketing and remove.
While you're talking to them.
And they might
someone-
ask for a donation of $1 or $2. They don't want the $1 or $2. What they want is for you to get your purse open. Then somebody comes running, grabs what they want to get out of the purse and run away. And the first thing that they do is they immediately hand it off to somebody that's standing over in the corner who doesn't even look like he's a thief or she's a thief. Okay, it is trained behavior. So you don't have to, we don't obsess over it, but what we do is we prepare.